Biscara in front, shortening strides. Humzz is coming quickly. Humzz grabs Biscara on the post.
Yeah, great result there for Humzz and all the boys. Well done. Yeah, amazing that little horse. He's gone from being a sort of a little dumpy sort of horse to a nice big strong horse, and James will show you a little bit later how much he's developed in the last 12 months or so. So that's a good result. Good to see him come take that to the races. His track work's really come on in the last couple of weeks, and really good to see him go to the races and produce. Geez, that thing, the leader looked like it was home, didn't it? And interesting, that young boy who rode the leader, he's had 3 rides and at the races, been reprimanded a couple of times, actually got a suspension on his first week of riding. So yeah, anyway, at least he's having a go, I suppose. A couple of horses last week at Geelong. Duke of Oz was a bit stiff, wasn't he? He just got beat, but he looks like he's back to his old form. I was pretty looking at him at the races. I thought he paraded really well, that horse. Very confident he was going to go well. Seeing him at the races, so that was good. Honeywine put 2 runs together. Interesting, the form out of Honeywine's race. Horse that runs 2nd and 3rd when he won up at Echuca have both won in town now, so that form's held up really good. So we thought he was going really well, and the form around him strong. So no doubt he'll hold his form. Aluf took Aluf to town on Wednesday. I thought he was quite brave. Just the winner looked like he was going to beat him by 6 at the top of the straight, and sort of only beat him by 2. So he's just keeps on keeping on, doesn't he? He's like an ATM, that horse. He just goes to the races and just puts some money in the owner's bank every week. So not sure what we'll do, but he, while he's going good, he may as well just keep ticking over. He's an easy horse to train. He eats and he stays sound. So it's probably another race at Sandown in a couple of weeks. So he probably gets his chance again. Okay, now runners this week, interesting sort of week. We've got Fill The Flute in Adelaide. She had a little bit of a mishap in Adelaide a couple of weeks ago, and she came home and sort of come into season and just wasn't sort of thereabouts. And wanted to really give her another run in Melbourne before we took her back over there, but we put her in a race over there, and it looks a very winnable race for her. So we'll probably just take the punt and we'll go back over to Adelaide on Saturday with her. She galloped up super here Saturday and then backed it up on Wednesday. I've got no reason to think that she won't perform at her best on Saturday. So we've just had a blood count taken from her this morning. If that comes back okay, I can't see any reason why we wouldn't take her back over. I really just wanted to give her a run here before we sort of travelled her again, but the races here, the sort of starting, a few spring horses starting to come back, and the racing's going to get a little bit stronger, where I think the race in Adelaide on Saturday is quite winnable for her. So she'll probably chuff off over there and get her chance. Sunday, now Crafty Lion, I think he's actually got a run in a hurdle, so finally been belleted, the poor bugger, the last couple of starts, so he'll get his chance there. It's the last hurdle race of the season, so I'll just see how he goes. He's been in work forever, that horse, and I really needed him to race about 3 weeks ago, but anyway, we'll see. But he gets his chance to have his first hurdle start. Monday, go up to Swan Hill. Now Macrobius, we were mucking around with him a fair bit this time in, and what we did last time was we got him up over 2,000 metres, then we blinkered him up and brought him back to a mile, and he was racing really tough. This time I've trained him more as a speed horse, and it just hasn't worked. And he's been jumping out, going hard and sort of stopping, and just hasn't been the same horse. So we've just stretched him out again this week, and then give him a nice couple of long sort of searching gallops, taking the blinkers off him, and probably take him up to Swan Hill on Monday in a 2,100 metre race. And just see how he goes there. He should be able to just sort of bounce and get a pretty soft lead, and sort of more of an uncontested lead, and then if he does that, he's always sort of races pretty tough, so pretty keen to see how he goes there. Then Wednesday, Sandown. Duke of Oz went really good at Geelong the other day. I might even back him up at Sandown. The exact same sort of race that he ran 2nd in at Geelong. Geez, I'd love to get a bit of rain and get a heavy track there, but I can't see any reason why. He's bloody bright this morning, and he'll probably have a little gallop Saturday morning. If he works up okay, he can probably go round at Sandown on Wednesday and gets his chance. He's only had a couple of runs in town, that horse, and every time we've taken him there, he's performed really well. So he probably middle of winter wet track, that's probably his go, and certainly I can't see any reason why he wouldn't run a good race. He went great the other day, and he's pulled up and trained on from it. We'll probably head off to Warrnambool. That's a little bit away, and probably we'll do our next video before this, but probably next Thursday at Warrnambool. Now, I have a few runners there. Unfortunately, Pink Angel, we decided to pull the pin on her the other day. Heavy track, heavy 10, her first start, so we thought we could be a bit smarter than that. We'll just place her a bit better. So probably take her down to Warrnambool Thursday. There'll also be Fortune Rose. She'll go around down there. I've got Honeywine. I've got him nominated for a race there. And there's a few horses that we're probably looking at taking to Warrnambool next Thursday. So just keep a heads up there that there'll probably be a couple of really nice sort of chances going around there.
G'day guys, welcome to Around the Stables. This week we'll go with this week's winner, Humzz. Yeah, he was pretty impressive at Pakenham on Tuesday. There was really good speed on in the race, and sat off him, and yeah, he was really good late. So that was really good. The horse has sort of been around the mark without sort of having a lot of luck, and sort of brought him back to 1,000 metres, took the blinkers off, and yeah, that sort of worked a treat. So he's a funny horse. I think he's still quite an immature horse, but as you'll see, that as a young horse, he was quite a small, sort of dumpy, there wasn't much to him, but now he's grown into a real long, beautiful sort of type, and I think he's still got a bit more growing to do. As good as he's gone on Tuesday, I think there's still a fair bit of improvement in the horse, whether that's next prep or we'll start to see the best of him at the end of this prep, but yeah, I think he's a horse worth following.
On September 11, the Thoroughbred Club of Geelong are having a dinner at the Belmont Hotel, and the guest speaker is Jamie Evans. Now, a really interesting character. He actually rode the winner of it's the 30th anniversary of the Dead Heat in Geelong and the Geelong Cup, and Jamie tells a great story about his involvement in the underbelly crime, I suppose. I'm not sure what you call it, but he was involved with Carl Williams and these sort of people, and how his life sort of turned around there, and how he sort of saw a few dark periods in his life, and how he's come out the other side. An absolute ripping story, and quite intriguing on how what people didn't even realise what was going on in Melbourne at the time. But anyway, that's September 11, and contact Rob Windmill on the number below, and come along and have a dinner at the Belmont. That's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Yeah, thank God Humzz won this week. We've started off the season really well again. Great season last year, so hopefully we back it up. Got a couple of really nice young horses coming through, and a couple of good chances in the next couple of weeks that should be winning races as well. So really looking forward to the next season. Last season, a great year, and very fortunate enough that 3 of our horses have actually been nominated for the Geelong Horse of the Year. So Prince Ziggy, Aluf and Fill The Flute have all been nominated, so that's really good. Exciting time there, and hopefully one of them can win the Racehorse of the Year in Geelong. Will be great. I think that function's about October 10. That's always a really good function, so get along to that. What else is there? That's about it, I think, for the week. A couple of good chances this week. Hopefully we can get a winner. And until next week, we'll see you later. Great to see him sort of put it in the race, put it together in the race, put it together at the races. Yeah. You might have to cut that. I don't know. You might have to cut that last bit off.